Professor Amrit Ambirajan, correspondent, Vice Chairman, and my daughter-in-law, Advocate Abhisha, Principal of SBIS, parents, and my lovely children. A very good evening to all of you. By the way, there is something more to Dr. Amrit Ambirajan, which I must share with you today. First of all, none of you know that Professor Amrit was one of the founders of Sunbeam. He was a trustee of Sunbeam schools till 2000, when he got into certain conditions laid by ISRO, and he was stopped from being a member of any private trustee. So he was forced to resign. And then you may be wondering, why did he become a trustee of Sunbeam at all, the Gandhi Educational Trust? There was a bunch of IITians who were my brother's students in IIT Madras. My brother was Professor Karnakaran, who was their teacher. I got a chance to work in a Department of Science and Technology project, and we formed a group of youngsters called TechNet. I hope Ambi remembers. It's technology network where a lot of research was going on in solar equipments. I, as a layman from a village, but being good with hands, was fabricating a lot of solar equipments at that time, and these were the scientists' background, technology background students who came and helped us to fabricate those things. We thought about rural development. We took up a few Department of Science and Technology projects, and Ambi and 4 of his friends, we jointly dreamt. And when I came forward to start a school, and I told my father, he said, we are not used to running schools. Amrit Ambirajan, Mr. Kannan, Dr. Gadiyar, and one Mr. Ashok Jhunjhunwala, who is quite popular throughout the nation. If you just Google Dr. Ashok Jhunjhunwala, you will understand what kind of significance he has played in the technology development of India. They all helped me lending money. They lent me money and helped me to start Sunbeam in 88, 89. And I must also say that this hostel in Sunbeam got its name because of people like Dr. Amrit. They stayed in a hostel called Ganga Hostel in IIT Madras. I used to frequently go there and spend a lot of time with them, discussing a lot of interesting things. And in remembrance of my friends in IIT Madras, I named the Sunbeam Hostel as Ganga Hostel. In fact, Professor Ambi saw my son when he was 2 years old. In fact, today when he saw and when he heard the Vice Chairman's speech, he told me, Dave, how beautifully he is speaking. Because when you see a small child grow into such a big man and deliver a wonderful address, it's really heartening and it's quite amazing. You're really taken by surprise. And my dear children, Professor Amrit Ambirajan has come from a very illustrious family. I know it. His grandfather was the most famous Vice Chancellor of Andhra Pradesh University. His father was a senior professor and head of the department in IIT Madras, Professor Ambirajan, who was a nationally popular hero. And now here he is, the 3rd generation, Professor Amrit Ambirajan, who is a research professor. He voluntarily came out of ISRO because he wanted to be in academics rather than be in administrative machinery. And for the first time in his life, he is exposed to this kind of audience. For the children of Sunbeam International School, ICSE, I have one important message. Dr. Amrit Ambirajan, I know him for more than 40 years. I know his character. I know his caliber. and the way he has grown today as a remarkable scientist of the country and one of the notable figures in the field of heat transfer universally is possible for every one of you. If you can set your mind, concentrate, and learn to work, it's possible to become a hero like Professor Amrit Ambirajan. And for the parents, I have a special request to make. Please allow the children, now that they are caught up with this tool, cell phone, very less movement, obesity creeping in at a very young age, it's very important for all of you parents, particularly from Sunbeam family, to decide and take an oath today that you will allow your children to play as much as possible. Athletics, sports, games, everything should be welcome for ICSE children. We would give all possibilities and opportunities, and every time there is a need, we have such large play fields here, and we wouldn't find it difficult to bring them here to play and involve in all kinds of sports activities. But please remember, don't stop them from playing, from being physically active. It's my strong request, because I still remember Ambi are playing football in the IIT hostels for 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours without eating. Ambi used to be an outstanding football player. And with one interesting fact, I would end my speech congratulating all the graduates who are going to have this beautiful graduation done now and this magnificent annual day. I remember Ambi, we used to call him Ambi affectionately. He was a huge thug, okay? He wasn't like this. He carried me on his shoulder. I was a bodybuilder, not an easy man to carry. He used to carry me on his shoulder and wander around throughout the hostels of IIT for a very long time. I just cannot believe how this fellow could be so strong. He was the strongest boy in IIT Madras. I'm so glad that my Ambi has come over amidst a very busy schedule. There is a lot of rigorous activity going on in Indian Institute of Sciences. But when I called him, he said, "Macha, I will definitely come." The same old love of 1985. Welcome, Ambi. Thank you very much.